This is not where I'd find most assistant coaches on game day. Is this part of your routine and process?
I mean, this is pretty typical, yeah. Not every game, but majority. Home games, Haley takes care of me. It's energy, you know, it's time, it's energy, so it's just relaxing. It's also nice to have a friend away from the rink. Can I even put that in kilometers? For me, here at this level, anything is possible.
From my standpoint, there was a lot of emotion in that moment.
Yeah, there was some tears.
You guys score right away, I'll throw you a second puck.
It's a lot of fun to get to be a part of a player's journey. It also can create meaningful change for young girls, just a huge step forward. It means a lot.
How did Coach Belsma first reach out to you?
Dan and I had a very interesting first interaction. He actually contacted me through my power skating website, which would be the same way a family would find me to book a session. And it was kind of funny because it came from his personal email. And we laugh about it today. I really didn't believe it was real.
Didn't have a way to get a hold of her, so I tried a couple different ways. It ended up being on LinkedIn, her power skating organization that she had started. I sent her an email, and not sure she thought it was spam or a spoof or what, but that's how I got in touch with her first.
I responded anyways, and obviously we got in touch and started our conversations, but he was looking to build his staff in Coachella. I was very fortunate to be, asked as a candidate if I would be interested in taking that step, and I felt it was the right step, and it ended up working out, which was incredible.
Is that a first for you in terms of hiring a coach?
It is. I mean, usually you have better inroads to do it, but I didn't have anybody who had her number. So I was searching for ways to reach out, and it's the first LinkedIn coaches interview I've ever been a part of.
For both of you guys, the more you can communicate.
Yeah, I got to talk.
It's not a matter of spots, your coverage, just over communicate.
I just didn't see him.
Especially those ones where especially when you guys get even, that's the hardest ones. And then our D, if they hesitate, then it breaks down one by one.
I always just assume low, that's why. But I was on the wall, so it was tough for him. It's a hard read. Yeah. It's a hard read because I was on the wall. It's tough.
And the guy was on the inside.
How would you describe yourself as a coach?
I'm very passionate, I'm very competitive. I'm pretty empathetic when it comes to approaching the human first. So I take a lot of pride in understanding, the person and who they are, how they operate. I think once you unpack the person and get to know them, you build that trust. And then the communication comes in there. And so take a lot of pride in that process of building trust.
Carts, whatever time you're done with that meeting, come. I have 6 clips to watch with you.
Okay.
We'll just have a chat.
You mentioned trust is earned. You've not only come to this level, some players that you coached in Coachella have as well. What's it been like to see their progression and have their buy-in once you get here?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to get to be a part of a player's journey, especially from junior to the AHL to the NHL. And I think about Shane Wright, Ty Cartier, Riker Evans, they all had very different starting points, and they're all gonna have different endpoints, in this game, but you get to be in the trenches, you get to watch and witness kind of those hard periods where they come through it and to see them have the success that they do. And now for me here at this level, to see them continue to evolve. You think back on 2-3 years ago, how far they've come, and that again just fuels you as a coach to know that really anything is possible with them if they continue to stick to their process.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good hire. I mean, she was in Coachella for 2 years. Team went to the finals twice.
She's not just hired just because she's a female coach. She's hired because she has earned that and deserves to be here.
She had a big part in developing a lot of players, so she had definitely earned the position and knows what she's talking about. And it's awesome. Really, really fun for me to work under here, and definitely really enjoying it. Well, I think she's a really good skating coach. Whenever you need some help with some technique or anything like that, I think that's her strong suit is the skating stuff.
Yeah, almost arrive here, then straight, get onto it. First 2 go up, and then the last one, grab it and come back and make a quick play to the middle.
Do you remember when you had the conversation with her that you had a spot for her at this level?
I think getting the job and thinking about the right staff and the right assistant coaches. You're trying to bring together different personalities, different coach, different, power play, penalty kill, and I think different coaches and different personalities fit into that differently. So Jess was immediately a part of the conversation.
Do you remember what it was like when he first told you he had a spot for you at the NHL level?
Yeah, there was some tears. I knew we were gonna have a conversation, but I didn't know what that was gonna look like. But when he asked me if I wanted to do it, he knew the answer. I'd been working at this for a long time.
Talking with Jess that evening was, okay, this is going to be the first, and it's a big deal to coach in the National Hockey League, but an even bigger deal when you're the first. So I think there was, from my standpoint, there was a lot of emotion in that moment.
When that dream was realized and that conversation was had, there was a phone call home to my mom and dad pretty quickly, and they thought something was wrong, but it was a lot of happy tears.
The visibility of having a coach with some glam is really cool. What's that like for young girls watching, trying to envision themselves in the league?
I think one thing that's special for me is just knowing that young girls can see themselves as well in this space, in this league, in this industry. Like, I never had that. I never had that whatsoever to look up to and to imagine. And so until I kind of embarked on my own coaching journey and still dreamt it anyways, I never knew it was possible. And so it's really special to know that just by showing up and doing what I love every day and being afforded the opportunity to get to do what I love every day, it also can create meaningful change for young girls, but also says something to young boys too.
Are there ways that the NHL, the hockey world, aren't necessarily ready for female coaching, that the things just need to be adapted to make it a little bit easier?
Yeah, I think the NHL is doing a remarkable job of creating, more opportunities for everybody to be themselves, be their best selves. And for me, going through kind of this journey, there's always ways where, arenas are looking to improve their setup to make it more obviously comfortable for everyone. And so some of those things for sure are ways we can continue to evolve.
When you saw your own coach's room for the first time, what was that like?
Oh wow, it was surreal. Again, unless you know what it's like to get dressed in a janitor's room in a cold cement, room with no lights, and you got to put your skates on back in the locker room to join your team. That was what I knew growing up with the boys. And so when I got toured for the first time 2.5, 3 years ago, first joining the Kraken organization with the Firebirds, I saw it in front of me and I thought, wow, this is remarkable. Like, how unbelievable of thought leaders and visionaries that they saw the potential of what their organization could grow to become. At the time they didn't have a female coach, but when I was, welcomed into that space every day, I appreciate it because I never had it. And so, it's just a huge step forward. It means a lot.
And that is Jessica Campbell in front of Bilesma. She's running the offensive zone face-off, is making sure everybody's got a good idea where they line up, where they go on a win, where they go on a loss, and where the shooting positions might be.
You're not just a coach. You're entrusted with high leverage things. Power play, skill development for forwards. What does that mean to you? What opportunity and challenge is that for you?
Yeah, I love working with our special teams, especially over the last 2 years, working with our power play in Coachella, to then kind of taking my learned approach, applied approach to the guys, to the system, to the strategy and the tactics behind it. It's a daunting task, I think, for many coaches. There's a lot of complexities to not only running a power play, but running a good power play that's obviously intended to be a big part of the team's success. And so there is a lot of details that go into it, and personnel decisions. And so it's kind of always a problem solve. Like, I always kind of compare it to a chess game. Like, there's always, you're making a move, the penalty kill makes an adjustment, you make an adjustment, it's back and forth strategy, and so I love that challenge of every game, approaching a new problem solve with the intent and the hope to see the puck get in the back of the net and amount to hopefully a win for the team.
She has the knowledge and the ability to get on the same page, talk about what you need to get better at, work on your game, and the ability to get the player to buy into that. That right there is why I think Jess is a great coach.
There's another first that's out there, and that would be head coach. Is it something you think about?
It's not something I think about. I would be naive to believe it's not possible. You know, I think that this game continues to change, it continues to get better, it continues to evolve. We should all want it to evolve for the better, but I'm not focused on that. You know, I want to win a Stanley Cup. I want to have success here in Seattle. I want to continue to build and grow and shape our team and our players.
How far away do you think we are in the National Hockey League from a female being a head coach?
10 years ago, I was like, well, who would it be? Now the answer to the question is I know who it could be. There's more and more women in the game, and I think there's no question that eventually it will happen.
My focus is on being the best coach that I can be, and I'm never going to be perfect, though I want to strive to be better every day. I know that my focus, my intent, my purpose here and every day is going to open up doors for others, is going to say something, and I want it to be something good. I know that if others are given a seat at the table because of anything that I do, then it definitely motivates me. It definitely inspires me to continue to do the hard work, to push through the days that, you know, are challenging, because it's for something so much bigger than the game, than myself.